Bismillah, welcome to another episode of Resilient Leader. First and foremost, I want to thank those who have been subscribing, those of you who have been showing some love, those of you who have been DMing me regarding business, crypto, and all of things. I humbly, to be frank, I'm not the most, knowledgeable in crypto, nor am I the most knowledgeable in business. I'm a trier at the end of the day, and this is what I'm trying to promote with this page. That all of us human beings on this earth, we're all triers. No matter how many people come on Instagram and YouTube and show you this lavish life they live in, or this car that they drive in, or this big house that they live in, every human being in life is a trier. And that's what success is really. It's just about trying your hardest at whatever you want to be in life. If you reach it, well done to you. If you don't reach it, you are still as successful as the one who's reached it, because the intention is the same. Yeah. And so everything I try to do, whether it's investing, whether it's the business I own, or my family, or trying to be a practicing person in my way of life, it's just trying, and days you're going to fail and some days you're going to succeed. But just like a doctor, what does a doctor do? A doctor sees a symptom and then he prescribes you a prescription. And so vice versa, as human beings, we need to see when we make a mistake, where we're going wrong. We need to find the symptoms. As a business, if I'm failing, where am I failing? I need to find that symptom and prescribe a prescription. And this is life in holistically. And so today, the topic of today is how to start a business, and specifically construction business, because I run a construction company. Many youngsters have been DMing me, asking me, how do you start it, and etc, etc. And so I want to start with, first of all, you must have a desire for that. There must be a level of desire for that field. Don't just start construction company because you think it's going to make you a lot of money, because it comes with a lot of headaches. If I zoom in, you might see some grey hairs in here. It comes with a lot of headache, comes with a lot of stress, just like any business. So you have to be willing to take that pain with the good. So there has to be a level of desire for the construction field. Maybe you like new buildings. Maybe you like to take something that's run down and bring it all its glory. Maybe you like the idea of crafting, the idea of tiling, the idea of electricity, plumbing, etc. Whatever field it might be, there has to be a level of desire for it. Secondly, you have to know where you want to go with the company. Where is it you want to go? Do you want to do this until you're 60, 70, 80? Is it a company you really want to build, as in like a actual company where you start it and someone runs it and then you go and start something else? Is it something that you really like doing every day in, day out, so you're going to do this until you're 70? You have to ask yourself, is it an actual company per se, or is it a small one-man band basically? And getting right into the main things you need to start a construction company, it is, what is the direction of the company? Are you going to be a normal builder? By normal builder, I mean you're the main man, and then you have under you tilers, plumbers, electricians, etc, etc. Another type of builder is a developer. A developer is someone who's going to buy up land, he's going to buy up other houses, homes, etc. You're going to buy it, fix it, sell it, or rent it. So you're still a builder, but you're a developer builder. There are some developers who are not builders, so they'll subcontract the work to builders. But as a builder himself, you can also be a developer. And you have a lot of advantages when you're a builder developer. A lot of advantages. And part of that is, you want to be a tradesman. So you're a person who likes your craft. You say, for example, you're a carpenter. You like doing skirtings and framing and all the things that come with carpentry. You like the skill itself, not really the business side of it. But of course, business comes to it because you have to pay your bills at the end of the day. Do you want to be a tiler? Do you want to be a plumber? Do you want to be an electrician? Do you want to be a gas engineer? and the list can go on with the types of skills there are. So that is also a business, but is a single man's business, unless you're gonna have 10 carpenters. Yeah, mainly a carpenter's a carpenter. They don't really have lots of carpenters. That will still be like a builder, but you have many people. So there are many different fields in the construction industry, like I just said to you. The second one is, once you decided what one you want to go down, what road you want to go down, is market research. You have to do local market research. Who are the builders locally? Who are the tilers, the plumbers? Who are they locally? How long have they been around? What are their ratings? Are they people who are liked? Are they a business that's going to stand for a long time? What are they not doing that you can possibly do? Things like what platforms are they using? Have they just got a website, or are they using Instagram, or are they on one of these middle platforms like My Builder and Rated People, etc., etc.? You have to do your market research. Part of that market research is also going to be, who are you going to tender to? Are you going to go to the commercial, so large places, City of London and all these areas, start to get those kind of jobs and do fit outs and things like that? Are you going to do locally, do domestics and try to cover your local area, be it plumbing, tiling, if it's building work, extensions, lock conversions, new builds, whatever it might be? You want to start looking into who is going to be your target market, because there's a lot of different groups and bands. Part of that also is going to be, are you going to work with other builders or tradesmen so that people can subcontract you to work? So for example, there might be a large firm that's doing a big job and they need a specific skill, which might be groundworks. So you're a groundworks company, you subcontract from them because they don't do groundworks. Like I said, this is a short film, and I don't know, there's so many, each category you can go down and spend 20-30 minutes, hour just talking about each subject. But again, main thing is do your market research. Part of market research is going to be, what are the prices that you're going to be charging? So what's the local people, what they're charging? Are you going to be in line with that charge, or are you going to try to do your own pricing, etc., etc.? You need to know the rules and regulations of the building industry. So you'll find this on the websites. You might find this on the www.gov.co.uk. They have certain regulations as a builder that you need to follow. The health and safety, you know, depending on what one you're doing, there's a specific rule for that. If it's plumbing, there's specific rules for plumbing and what things they need to check. If it's electricals, what certificates you need to have, and etc., what kind of work you can do and what certificates you need to give to the client. If it's a builder, what type of insurances you need to have, you know, if you've got employees, have they got liability insurance, or have you got liability insurance for them, public insurance, and all of that stuff. So you need to do your research with regards to what is the construction guidelines given to you. You don't want to just go into a job, you don't know nothing about the rules or regulations. You go and do a job, 10 months later you get a call and people are taking you to court because you've done something wrong or you didn't follow a particular rule, etc., etc. You have to 1,000,000% do your research when it comes to the building game, because people's lives is at risk. You know, if you're doing electrics and plumbings and certain structural kind of work and you're not following a particular guideline that the government or the construction has given, and then your work is deemed not fit, your company's out of there. You're not going to have no company. So make sure you do your due diligence and get your health and safety in check. Get your knowledge of the construction scheme and your startup cost. What do you need to start up? To be frank, actually, there's not much. It depends what you're starting. I personally didn't have much of a startup. Yeah, and like I spoke about before, my first job was a new build. I didn't have hardly any tools. I didn't have no employees at the time, nothing. I had to find all of this on the spot. Once I got the job, I had to find employees. I had to hire out the tools that I needed, and then obviously get a certain amount of work done. And then once the client paid me, that covered my expenses. I wouldn't advise this to anyone. I would say, if you can save up and you have the money to save up, buy the tools that you need, buy the equipment, the vans, the car, the logo, if you got the money for that, to put that. You don't need all of this stuff, but I'm saying if you have it, why not? If you don't, you can literally start with a basic tools, get you started, do a certain amount of work, the client's happy with it, the client pays you, the money that client pays you with, you reinvest into your company and now buy more tools, van, etc. So you really don't need a lot to start a building company. What you do need is just, you know, a bit of brains and how to maneuver yourself, and also your contract and how you contract it with a client, like when is the stages of payment. But I'm gonna get to that anyway. So you need to know your startup costs. How much is it gonna take for you to start your company? Once you do that, you save up and you start. Or if not, like I said, depending on the client, you can say, okay, a certain amount up front, maybe 5%, 10% of whatever the job is gonna cost. That money then allows you to buy your tools, allows you to buy the materials to do the job, and then once you do a part of that job, again, the client pays. Last but not least is you need to have training. You need to have training, regular training if you can, once a year, twice a year, however much you can. Invest in training, whether it's plastering, tiling, whatever. Or if you're the main person who's getting the jobs and whatever you're going to be doing, then at least your employees should have a level of training. If you can afford it, put them into some form of course once a year, once every other year. This allows your team to always be on point. They're up with the latest skills, they're up with the latest tools. You're the company then is going to be ahead of other companies, because a lot of companies don't invest into their employees to teach them new skills and to further them ahead of everyone else. So make sure you invest into your employees. This puts you ahead of everyone else. And so with these are the 4 basics, at least the minimum you need to start a company, building or otherwise. The rest after that is going to be your own research. You have to do a lot of research, you have to do a lot of shaking hands, you have to do a lot of, you know, just experience as well, learning from other people who've been in the game for a long time, and you'll get further than many people. I hope this helps. Any questions that people have, leave it in the comments below and I'll try to answer it in the next video.